everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Scarlet. We are back in School, and we are here to take on more classes. After every gym, there seems to be a class to take, so let's get to it before we look at those classes. Like and subscribe as always, and let's see if there's anything else going on here. There's something going on at Director's office. Let's take a look there. Like and subscribe, people. Share with your friends. Comment. Let's have a chat. Let me know what you think of this game. How is your adventure coming along? Let's talk to ya boy. Thank you for visiting, Mr. Kaleo. A good friend of mine has been telling me of your recent exploits. Clive? Aha! I'll leave their identity to your imagination. But now lest I forget, there was another matter I would very much like your opinion on. Excuse me? Do you know what manner of gentleman's hairstyle is considered cool, as it were, among the youth these days? Oh my gosh. If I say long locks, will you change it next time? Oh, is that so? I suppose I have indeed some of that Academy's male students sporting such a style. Could it be then that the pompadour has already had its day in the sun? Perhaps I ought to consider a change of wig. Oh, that is to say, never mind. Thank you for your insight, Mr. Kaleo. It was most enlightening. I feel trusted. You trust me? You trust me. After you lied to me, I still think it's him. But I'm gonna be so mad if it turns out it's not him and it's actually like someone, a relative, a sibling. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so mad. I know it's him, but I have my doubts now. No, okay, let's get these classes out of the way. Biology 6. Here we go. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. Next time we meet, we'll have our final exam. That means today is our last actual class. And the topic for this class will be Pokemon forms. There are also a phenomenon called form change, where a Pokemon's appearance changes under certain conditions. Cyclizar, for example, which we regularly ride on the transportation here in Paldea, has 3 forms. First, its basic form, where it walks on 4 legs. Second, its battle form, where it stands on its hind legs to engage in battle. Finally, there is its ride form, where it inflates the throat sac and its tail, so we can ride on it. But how's it spin, though? Though we can use something you're all carrying with you now as an even better example. Yep, I'm talking about your phones. Some smartphones are inhabited by a certain Pokemon. Does anyone know what Pokemon refers to? Rotom! Heracross. You're a regular expert in the Pokemon technology. The Pokemon inside your smartphone is Rotom, and it does all sorts of things to help out. A Rotom inside a Rotom phone is special, so it doesn't try to enter the electronics. An ordinary Rotom, however, can change form by entering washing machines, microwave ovens, and other electronic appliances. Rotom is a bit of an exception, though. Many Pokemon that change form do simply by holding an item or by having one used on them. Oricorio, for example, has 4 different forms it can change between when given certain nectars. Pokemon may even change types or learn different moves when they change form. Form changes are different from evolution in that the Pokemon can return to its original form, and unlike shiny Pokemon, which can't change their special coloration, the same individual Pokemon can go back and forth. There's a lot to dig into the form change phenomenon, as you can see. We can all learn something from Pokemon here, don't you think? Bit of a stretch, but I'd be happy to see you all enjoy your time at the Academy to the fullest and change form into a new version of yourselves. Or something like that anyway. Regional forms, which are very based on what region a Pokemon came from, don't change like other forms. They're an innate... No! I guess I was scatterbrained, Mr. Jacques, right up the... final exam. Is it after the 8th gym badge? I guess so, right? Oh no, you can take it right now. Oh boy, math. Hello everyone, I hope we can have fun once again today in our last class together. Last time we learned about probability using move accuracy as an example. Probability is quite an interesting subject. Did you know that in a class of 40 students there is a 90% chance that two of them will have the same birthday? What? It is true even despite the fact that there are over 300 days each year. Isn't that remarkable? That's amazing. Let's move on to today's topic before we get swept along with the probability again. I've been teaching you all how to calculate damage in this class using examples like matchups, critical hits, stat boosts, and the like. All of these variables are multiplied together to calculate damage dealt to an opponent. However, did you know that there is even more simpler ways to increase the damage of your Pokemon's moves? All you have to do is have your Pokemon use a move it shares a type with. If a Rock-type Pokemon uses a Rock-type move, Stone Edge, the move's base power is 100 multiplied by 1.5 to become 150. Oh. Stab. Ground and Rock may seem like similar types, but if a Ground-type Pokemon uses Stone Edge, the move's power will remain 100. Super effective moves and critical hits also add multipliers onto this little numerical increase, so it most certainly must not be taken lightly. Let me ask you a question to see if you understand what I'm talking about here. Say you have a move with a power of 100. If a Pokemon shares a type with that move, uses it and hits an opponent that is weak to that type, what happens to the move's power? Does it really become double? Stab and then... You did the calculation all in your head. Well done, Kaleo. First, using a move that shares a type with its user multiplies the move's base power of 100 by 1.5, making it 150. The fact that the opponent is weak to that move type then doubles that power from 150 to 300. Right, low battery. The original power of that move ends up being tripled. Isn't that amazing? Oh my, aren't you excited? What's more, if a Pokemon terastallizes and its Terra type matches one of its original types, then the bonus it gets from using a move the same. Type 1.5 to 2. Oh, I misread that. I should have read that. Of course, being able to use a lot of moves with a different type is great as well. That's one way you can surprise your opponent. In the end, your own innate characteristics are what will really let you shine the most. Bear in mind that this is true for both humans and Pokemon. It sure would make me happy if you could take those words to heart. But I suppose I should really have shared this basic advice right from the first lesson. My apologies. Just like that, class is over. The last of our time together flew by in the blink of an eye. It was so much fun to be able to teach you all eager students about numbers. Next class will be our final exam. Oh man. I love history. Greetings, my little students. Today is our last class, so I would like to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us one last time. In our last class, I taught you about the Area Zero expedition 200 years ago, correct? The last 200 years is not that long ago. Not that long ago at all. How unfortunate that our history lesson must march so inexorably forward toward the future. Would it not be more of an adventure to march toward the past instead? To start from our present and study history in reverse? Oh yeah. So you agree with me, do you, Kaleo? However, I'm afraid I risk incurring the wrath of our dear director if I stray from the curriculum. I suppose I have no choice but to let the flow of time carry us toward the future. In this last class of ours, I shall fill your minds with a history of the terrestrial phenomena. The technology behind Terra orbs has its origins in Area Zero. Even after the Area Zero expedition supposedly reached the crater's deepest depths, others continued to explore that area. And around 140 years ago, Pokémon cloaked in a mysterious light were discovered. As you may have already guessed, these were in fact terrestrialized Pokémon. However, when those who discovered those Pokémon brought them out of Area Zero, the light faded and the terrestrial phenomenon remained a mystery for quite some time. However, 10 years ago, that might as well be present day, and certain someone that might as well be present day. A certain someone you have definitely heard of unraveled this mystery. What is the name of the famous professor who unraveled the terrestrial phenomenon mystery? Heath? Sada? Because she's still there. Correct. To think that you, a new transfer for our academy, could correctly answer this question. You must be very diligent in your studies. Approximately 10 years ago, a professor named Sada unraveled the mystery of the terrestrial phenomenon. She discovered that the shining crystals down in Area Zero, or rather the energy they emit, is what causes Pokemon to terrestrialize. This led the professor to invent Terra Orb technology and to develop a practical use for it. This technology has then shared with both the Pokemon League and our academy. Rumor has it that Dr. Clavel has one of the researchers on the professor's team. Was one of the researchers. Alas, the story is much less exciting now that someone we all know appears in it. Modern history truly is dull, isn't it? She'd rather talk about the past. Languages, Mr. Salvatore. Here we go. My dear friends, how are you all today? It is time for the last of Salvatore's language lessons. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? Oui. What a response! Fantastic! Great answer! That is perfect for our last class together. I love it. And aujourd'hui, today, we will once again be having a listening lesson. Vas-y, go for it, my assistant, Pikachu! Let's get right to it, my little Pikachu friend. For our last listening class, tell everyone how you are feeling right now. S'il te plaît. Happy. Can you feel that's one contagious emotion in Pikachu's voice? What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey? Happiness. Well done, Kaleo. I'm so happy that you got it right. Ha ha ha. Get it? When Pikachu says it's expressing happiness, doesn't it make you just want to break out in a happy dance? But I didn't have to ask Pikachu to put on an act today. Oh no, I simply asked it to show you all how it felt about getting to have class with you. Getting to meet so many new friends and study together and is a great class with you. It's made both me and little Pikachu so very happy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one last wise word of advice. As you live your lives, I'm sure you will all have times when you get mad or sad. Maybe even more than you would like. Everything has its ups and downs. Life is a veritable roller coaster. But à la fin, in the end, that is, there is surely happiness waiting for you. So guardes la souris, keep on smiling on your face even in the hardest times. Cha! When you're faced with a problem that you can't handle alone, find someone to rely on. Be on a teacher, family member, friends, anyone. Our prochain course, next lesson will be our final exam. Be sure to review what we learned. Adios, matane. Battle studies. Don't be tardy. Also, this is our last class, but don't worry, let those energy levels drop before we wrap things up. You've shown that you have more than enough knowledge to be super strong battlers. I don't know what I have much left to teach you. But we can always aim for even greater heights. So today I'm going to teach you all about the rules of link battles. When two trainers participate in link battles together, they can engage in either single battles or double battles to each side, as if you're playing a group in all fours. You can all battle each other on multi-battles. Now when you're out having battles during your independent studies, you can use whatever number of Pokemon you like, and they can be any level. Arvin's there. Some of these special rules involve adjusting Pokemon's levels. Now the no restriction rule lets you Pokemon stay at their current level. It lets trainers use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiples of the same held item too. But if you choose to use normal rules, all Pokemon will be set to level 50 of your battles regardless of what level they actually are. This even includes lower level Pokemon. They'll get a power boost to participate. Normal rules let you use a multiple of the same Pokemon species and of the same held items too. The great part of this rule set is that it lets any of your Pokemon participate. All they have to do is learn some good moves. Lastly, the rule set called flat rules mostly affects Pokemon over level 50, such as over level 50 will be set to level 50 for a duration of the battle. The flat rules set is the one often used for official tournaments. This rule set does not allow trainers to use multiple Pokemon of the same species or multiples of the same held item. Alright, here's a question for you. Which rule set should you pick if you want to use a lower level Pokemon and keep its level low? Which rule set should you pick if you want to use a lower level Pokemon and keep its level low? Where's the other one? That's the one, new kid. Looks like you were listening to the lesson. I didn't really hear that part, to be honest. If you got some clever strategy that you need to use a level 5 Pokemon for you, your best bet is to choose the flat rule set. Of course, you can also choose no restrictions if you want to battle with any Pokemon you want at any level and with any held item. That's a pretty good rule set if you want to battle freely with friends. In conclusion, normal rules adjust all Pokemon to level 50. Flat rules let you use lower Pokemon at their actual levels. I hope you use these tips to have some exciting battles with your friends. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hand-to-hand practice. That class will be our final exam. Osu! Osu! Oh boy. Nearing the end. Don't be tardy. As long as the Gengar doesn't scare me half to death. Hello class, it is I, Hazel, yet again. My, how time flies, as they say. Indeed, our time together has certainly flown by. It's hard to believe that this is our last class. Now, our topics for today may feel somewhat unrelated to art, but there is absolutely no set definition as to what art should be. No, Penny is here. Therefore, let us carry on with the decision and see where it takes us. There are two things I wish to focus on today, ribbons and marks. Both ribbons and marks are special honors that capture a Pokemon's qualities. There will be times when your Pokemon gives maximum effort or has a noteworthy experience. In recognition of its feats and accomplishments, it can be given a ribbon. To give an example, if you manage to become incredibly close to the Pokemon, it may be granted the Best Friends ribbon. Incidentally, there is a person in Cascarafa who can give your Pokemon a Best Friend ribbon. Excuse me. Marks, on the other hand, are mostly found on the Pokemon when you meet them for the first time. They can symbolize the character of a Pokemon, such as with the Rowdy mark or Vigor mark. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, I sneezed. Does anyone know what special thing you can do with Pokemon that have ribbons or marks? Well, yes, indeed, you can show them off, but surely that's not to the extent of the interest in it. The correct answer is that Pokemon with ribbons or marks can be given titles. Oh. What's more, they can be sent into battle displaying a title of your choosing. For example, you could send out a Gibble with a Best Friend ribbon declaring, "Go Gibble the Great Friend." Oh. And while I know I just said that marks are generally found already on your Pokemon when you meet them for the first time, it seems that more recently Pokemon can be awarded certain marks based on their efforts. These are marks such as Gourmand mark, the Item Finder mark, the Partner mark, and so on. Perhaps it might be fun to try to work out how to get each mark using its name as a clue. Well, that wraps up our last class, final exam. So that's why Azumarill says the reliable Pokemon. Reliable partner. Hang on a sec. Current ribbon or mark. Oh. Sure. How do I give it some more? Huh. Mr. Saguaro. Big cactus. Large cactus. Ginormous cactus. Giant cactus. That's what that means. I dropped my phone. Oh god, I dropped my phone. Yeah. Put away your phones, it's time to begin our last class. I'm sorry, I was just picking it up. Arvin's here. Home economics is the study of life's necessities, but looking back on our time together, I realized that I focused almost entirely on food. I hope it's not too late to shift to discussion of clothing, another necessity in our last class. I'm sure you are aware our academy has an air of freedom about it. We provide uniforms for each season to accommodate the diverse climate of Paldea. However, students are free to wear whichever style they wish whenever they please. You should all have received 4 sets of tops and bottoms, one each for spring, summer, and fall. Dang, that's a big dude in class. If by chance you were not aware of this, you may wish to pursue your wardrobe. As long as you wear our school uniform, the rest of your ensemble need not be school issued. This includes your bags or your hats if you choose to wear one. You are even free to style your hair however you wish. Mr. Salvatore's hairstyle, for example, would almost certainly have been against school rules when I was a boy. That reminds me, there is one thing you all like to decorate, which I must say, our autumn floats. That was on picnics. I must admit that I am fascinated by autumn phones and how to customize them. What's that? How very intriguing. So there's a shop called Delibird Presents where you can purchase cases for your autumn phones. I thank you for that useful bit of information. I shall have to go myself first thing tomorrow to get an adorable case of my own liking. Forgive me, I seem to have gotten a little carried away with the small talk. Ahem, as this class known as Home Economics nears the end, I offer these final words to you who have been honing everyday life skills with me. My field of study is not so decisive as the likes of mathematics, for instance, where test scores might play a part in the deciding of your future. However, as you go on to cook for yourselves, to take care of your Pokemon, to decide what you wear in the morning and when you awaken, I would be honored if what I have taught you serves to smoothen out and enrich your lives, even if it was for a little. This sentiment is imparted to me by Dr. Hazel and his particular outlook on such matters. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for seeing this class through the end. Our time together has come too close to the day. Prepare for the final exam. Oh boy. Alright. Before we do that, anything? No. Okay. Take the final exam. Biology finale. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hello everyone, today is our final exam. It will cover everything I've taught you so far, but I'm sure you will all do just fine. Is it 5 questions? How many of the following 4 methods make it easier to catch Pokemon? Inflicting paralysis, feeding it berries, surprising it from behind. True or false, you can get new Pokemon only by catching them yourself or trading with others. You can get new Pokemon. Only by catching them or catching them yourself or trading with others. True. If a Pokemon is holding an Everstone, will using an item that induces evolutions, such as a Firestone, cause it to evolve? I don't think so. These are hard. What is the probability of running into a shiny Pokemon? I believe it was 1 in 4,000. True or false? The Pokemon known as Oricorio has 3 forms. False. It has 4 forms. This question for do you have anything you would like to say about my class? I'm still getting used to this teaching thing, but I'm sure had fun. Oh. I stuck a little bonus question, a little secret, don't tell the director. Ha 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 ha. Sure. Look at the results. Yo, I missed one. Do I have to retake it again if I don't pass? Math final. Why is she so happy? Get out of here. How many great balls could you purchase with 3,000 if each one costs 600? How many great balls can I purchase? I'm doing actual math. Nope, 3,000 divided by 600. Nope, we put times. Divided by 600. 5. If a water type move with a power of 100 lands a critical hit on a grass type Pokemon, what will the move's power be? Oh wow. With a power of 100 lands a critical hit. So it does 50. Critical hit doubles it, so I guess it's 100. Under normal conditions, what percent chance does Stonage have to land a critical hit? Under normal conditions, what percent chance does Stonage have to land a critical hit? 12% chance, 4% chance. The Stonage naturally? Something about 12. If a Pokemon uses Swords Dance twice to boost attack by 4 stages, how much damage will a physical move then do? I remember the answer being triple. Uses Swords Dance twice to boost its attack. A rock-type Pokemon whose Terra type is Rock terastallizes. What will the power of its Rock-type move multiplied? Oh, man. Twice? The test was the culmination of all I taught you. I don't know. I don't feel too sure about that one. I don't feel too confident about that one. Must get 3 questions. Oh my gosh. I wish it would tell me which one. History. Little student, it's time for our final examination. Summon your historical knowledge from the dark recesses of your mind and answer these questions. What is the area within the great crater of Paldea called? Area 0. How many years ago was this academy founded? 805 years ago. Which of these did not appear in the Paldean fairy tale about our 4 treasures? A fold did not appear, a folding fan. Which Area 0 expedition member wrote Heath? How many years ago did Professor Sada invent the Terra Orbs? 10 years ago. Oh man. I feel confident. Perfect score. Perfect score. Yes. Yay. Language final arts. Language final, sorry. My brain was all mixed up. English language arts class. Language final. Lenguaje. Aujourd'hui, today we take our final exam. Détendez-vous, relax, this is and do your best. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? Let's begin. Pikachu, Pikachu. Which of the following means delicious? Délicieux. What do these 2 foreign phrases mean? Je t'aime, ich liebe dich, I love you. Oh no. Is this part of the test? No way! I wasn't ready. Do it again. Piga. Is it sadness? I think it was sadness. Piga. What is your beloved teacher's name? Do we still not know your name? Just the... I guess he puts in that question as a freebie to pass, right? Because you have to get 3 to pass. That the first 2 were kind of easy. The last one's absolutely easy. This one, it guarantees you passing. I get it. I get it. Dang, I missed one of the Pikachu ones. I have no idea. Battle Studies Final. The day squad now. The day staff. Studied all through the night. We're taking classes in the morning. Oh my gosh. It's finally game day. Today's our final exam. Time to put our game faces and do battle with those test sheets. Which cheer boosts attack and special attack for all allies during the raid? What do we call the battles that Pokemon send out with the R button can do? Auto battles. How should you obtain LP? Exchange materials. High level Pokemon are adjusted to what level when using flat? When using normal rules in link battles, you can use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiple... Yes. Oh boy. Take a look at the results. Need 3 to pass. 5 out of 5. Miss Dendra. No battery. 2 more to go. Don't be tardy. I do hope you're all ready because it's time for our final exam. Focus and do your best. And begin! What is the name of the restaurant where you can change a Pokemon's Terra type? The Treasure Eatery. What is the name of Brassia's signature art? Surrendering. How many waterfalls are counted among the 10 sites of Paldea? Oh man. 3? Where can you find the million-volt skyline? I didn't see it, I just fought there last episode. The marks of a Pokemon are present when you first meet, and none can be added later. It could be added. Thank you all so much for learning about art with me. Good work everyone, you can receive your results from the front desk. Oh boy. I think I got 4. Yeah. Wasn't too confident in one of them. Last one. Here we go. What's gonna happen after this? What's gonna happen after this? Graduation? Graduation? time has come to test how well you have all learned in my class. Which of the following Neo powers makes it easier to come across shiny Pokemon? Sparkling power. Nope, I think it was Encounter. Damn it. Which of the following is not an effect of Egg power? I don't think so. What is a simple yet important tactic for increasing the effectiveness of Neo powers? Improve others. What is the correct action to take when you adore Pokemon? Pokemon Wash. This is a question about Academy rules. Should you change your uniform tops uniform? Doesn't matter. Is there a plan? There's a way of saying thank you for informing me about one of phone cases. So what if the questions change? Like if it knows you're failing, it puts in an easy question. 4. Oh man, I got 5! Wow! Wow, I was so unsure. I have this for you from Director Clavel. Now you can focus all of your effort on this year's treasure. Be careful out there. Some things have come up. Raifort. Time to unravel some mystery. Cleo, the time has come. The cursed treasure, the 4 Pokemon of Ruin, they exist. And I stumbled upon the truth of the newspaper, of all places, in an interview piece with the carpenter, no less. The Pokemon wielders apparently use sacred stakes to seal these treasures of ruin and shrines. There is a separate shrine for each of the 4 Pokemon and 8 stakes driven into the... 8 stakes? Wait, what? There is a separate shrine for each of the 4 Pokemon. 8 stakes. 2 each or 8 each? Because that's a lot of stakes. I've come across a lot of them, and this is a lot more than what I was expecting. And 8 stakes driven into the ground in the area surrounding each shrine, keeping the power of ruin at bay. Yeah. In other words, if all of the stakes for a given shrine were to be removed, it would release the Pokemon held inside. This is the widest I've ever seen you open your eyes. I'm gonna take a picture. Don't you think it would be nice to free those Pokemon from the confines of their tiny... Oh. Is this what you're planning me to do? Your thing is definitely an Articuno. Oh man, I wonder if it's like a Paradox Pokemon. I think so. See, you are proving truly useful. According to the descendant of the Pokemon wielders in the story, you must have a bond with the Pokemon in order to remove the stakes. I'm sure someone as Pokemon savvy as yourself would have no trouble at all with that. You can choose for yourself whether to believe me or not, but I will mark the locations of these shrines on your map. Nice. Oh, cool. I'd rather go myself, of course, but skipping out on my classes to go on adventuring seems to have made the director a little suspicious of me. You can think of it as you're part of the treasure hunter. Treasure hunt. Treasure of ruin are still treasures after all. I don't like how you laugh. I hope you will investigate these shrines if you are all da-da-da-da. store. I forgot there's a store. I should be shopping here. Well, Sue, new kid, you hear you're doing a little shopping? Yep. The school store's a nice place. They've got everything you need right here. I'm here to check out the sandwiches they got for sale. The school store sandwiches taste great and have excellent nutritional balance too. I guess I'm just not used to it yet. All that training kind of wore me out. I achieved my goal anyway, so I'm going to take a break from sandwich making for a bit. Alright. I didn't tell you what my goal was. I wanted to pay Nurse Miriam back for everything she's done for me. It was my very way of saying thanks. She's so nice and so skilled at what she does. I really look up to her. I wanted to try sandwich making so I could be skilled at doing something for other people like she is, but I guess I'll just wasn't cut out for it. What am I cut out for though? I'm being full of energy, so I decided to focus on that instead. Like I said in class, I think people in Pokemon should make their strong points stronger. You really helped me out, new kid. Take this as a way of saying thanks. Hey! Alright then, what should I go with today to get my protein in? Oh, cool. Close bond. I'd like to buy. You don't have any. Duskball? Oh, that's right. I just defeated a gym. Nice. Okay, okay. Why, hello there, Kaleo. You always seem to appear at the most crucial of moments. Something going on. Well, you see, Master Hazel, I'm here to collect you. So I see. I'm glad that you're finally made up your mind about taking your place as the leader of the family. It is indeed true that I have made up my mind. No, I have made up my mind to continue teaching here at the academy. Yes! Huh? How could you? Are you saying you don't care about what happens to your proud lineage? I am saying that I have other priorities. Have a look around at the art decorating these rooms, would you? The children here are letting their senses, their perceptiveness grow freely. I do not wish to say that protecting our family's ancient bloodline is of no importance. I simply wish to see young talent blossom and grow into the future. It just seems so much more fun to me, if I am being honest. What utter nonsense. And yet, your fearless, unflinching commitment to that nonsensical vision proves that you are worthy of carrying the will of the dragons, Master Hazel. I will not give up. I will come as many times as I need in order to change your mind. Oh, by all means, my door is open. I think you'll soon find you'll meet your match in stubbornness. I thought I could be crowed by some story spun about my father's deteriorating health, and I am not so easily fooled. I will return another day. I am so sorry you had to see all that. I was so very close to resigning my post as teacher and returning to my home. But the students here gave me courage to say no. That includes you, Kaleo. Your words truly brought me strength. I cannot think of any other. I cannot think of a way I possibly repay my debt to you, young ones. Take this, if you will, insufficient as it may be, expressing the full breadth of my gratitude. Whoa! I, Hazel, will continue on my chosen path as the instructor to the youths of the world. You formed a close bond with Mr. Hazel. Yas Queen. Muck, you're blocking the... It's a fire hazard, Muck. class episodes are always long episodes. Master Kaleo, about the matter of which I need your help with. I have discovered the name of the incredibly sweet condiment. It is called Sweet Herba Mystica. If you should find it during the course of your treasure hunt, I would be grateful if you would share some with me. Master Kaleo, have you anything to report about Sweet Herba Mystica? Oh, I already have some. Oh, I don't have any. Boo! Must be that last one then. Oh, okay, so it remains there until you do it. Pomo! My dear Kaleo, Palmy here is healthy as it can be. Sorry, Palmy. Palmy. Still not speaking. Well, it seems being quiet is simply a part of this one's personality, but it's hard for a Pokemon to communicate with its fellows without speaking up. As you know, wild Pokemon use their cries to tell each other all sorts of things, like the location of food or whether there is predators nearby. So even if I were to release it back into the wild, I'm afraid that it may not be able to do those sort of things. What do you think, Kaleo? Where does Palmy belong? With you. Oh, I didn't expect to hear mon nom, my name. So you think I should stay here? It should stay here with me? I was so focused on getting it back in good health so we could return to the wild that I didn't even consider that possibility. What do you think of that idea, my little Palmy friend? Palmy, it spoke at last. Even without speaking Pokemon language myself, I knew that that deep reply means yes. Oh, my dear Claire, merci so very, very much for all your help with Palmy. All the more reason you should have this here, a rare Pokemon for you to raise. Oh, Meowth. That's not rare, I've seen those on the wild all the time. I'm so happy, yes, I, Salvatore, will take it upon myself to look after Palmy for good. I will indeed. I formed a close bond with Mr. Salvatore. Oh. There she is. Kaleo, help keep an eye out, would you? I've set a little ambush here for that girl who keeps watching me. She'll be here any second. Oh, why? Well, you see, it's not very pleasant knowing she's just staring at me all the time. And now I know what she looks like after seeing her in the cafeteria. Oh. I guess you must have noticed me. I'm so sorry. Well, of course I noticed you. You were watching me practically all day, every day after all. I assume there's something you want to ask me? Yes, I do. I've been a huge fan of yours since your time as a gym leader, and I love rock Pokemon too, very much. Oh my, but you just suddenly retired from your post as gym leader a year and a half ago. Why did you quit? My goodness, is that all you wanted to ask? Yes, your reason for retiring was never made public. But it's well known among the students here that you just avoid the question anytime it's asked. I thought it would be rude to ask you a question that you don't want to answer, so I just couldn't find the courage to ask. So that's why your gaze felt so very intense, I see. Forgive me. So very intense. Never mind that. As for the reason I quit my job as gym leader, I simply wanted to focus more on my job as a teacher. It's not that I disliked being a gym leader or anything like that sort. quite the contrary. Quite the contrary. Talking about the gym fills me with feelings of nostalgia and sadness. That's why I always avoid answering the question when a student asks. Oh, I see. Do you have any plans on becoming a gym leader again? She just said. No, I'm afraid I don't plan to do so. My sister is doing a splendid job as gym leader in my stead. I personally find being a teacher most enjoyable these days. But since I am in fact your teacher, I would appreciate it if you would call me Miss Time. As students do, not just Time. Okay, I'm sad to hear that, but I understand. Thank you so much, Miss Time. Well, I suppose that solves the mystery. That made me so nervous. It said so many things to try and sound cool. I was certainly a little scared when I felt that girl's intense gaze upon me, but having you here with me allowed me to do what needed to be done to face what turned out to be one of the biggest fans. I must thank you as always, showing up at just the right time, Kaleo. Whoa! Rock shards. Okay, just go this one here. So, the sweet herb. Okay, so it stays there. Alright, everybody. Well, another long episode, but we did it. We've completed school. We passed our tests. We did the final exam. And now there's still some things to be done, but we're pretty much class is done. We focus on the treasure hunt. Until then, like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode. Share with your friends. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. See you guys until the next time. Bye-bye.